What's the deal, y'all? This your man King Eric, the media assassin, coming at y'all with another video. So in celebration of 50 Cent and Camron, 50 Cent is going to be on Camron and Mace's show tomorrow. I want to talk about they back and forth. Now, for those who don't know, they had a back and forth in 2007 going to 2008. Probably one of my all-time favorite battles. Now, in the background of all this, they have been throwing shots at each other for years within their crews. I remember when Young Buck threw shots at Dipset when he said dipping through the sets in Harlem with no problem. Then you had Hell Rell on the joint War. You can hear that on Killer Season, where he said, thought he was a gorilla? Nah, he's a dead monkey. And then, even when they were using each other beats and freestyles, you could tell that was like shots being thrown between Dipset, G-Unit, D-Block. It was that competitive at the time. So we all knew if Kiss and 50 clash, we know Cam and 50 gonna clash. Because number one, both of these niggas are petty. It was bound to happen, and damn it, I was excited for all of it because we know we were going to get jokes, we were going to get fuckery, we were going to get entertainment, and this what they delivered on. So it started on Hot 97, 2007, February 1st. 50 Cent was on there doing an interview, and the conversation went from talking about the majors versus the minors, and he considered Koch Records being a graveyard. 50 basically said that Koch Records was a graveyard for washed up artists. So he had Alan Grunblatt call up the show out of nowhere and to defend the claim of it being the graveyard, saying they pay the artists well. And pay attention to how 50 bullied him off the phone when he said, put Camron on the phone. And he said, hang on. He straight bullied Camron's boss. That's some crazy shit. You really listen to it. So then Camron picks up the phone, and I was like, I know it's gonna go there. And they went back and forth because 50 was explaining to him about the difference between the majors and the Koch records, and people go to Koch when they're considered not relevant or washed up. Camron took heated offense of it, and rightfully so, because diplomats were signed there and they're getting paid good money. But then Camron, being petty and being Camron, just took it there in the midst of the argument when he just started poking fun at G-Unit record sales, because he looked at it like, nigga, how you gonna talk all this about Koch Records being the graveyard and yet my artist sold more than yours? Makes a valid point. He said Jim Jones outsold Lloyd Banks. Also pay attention to how 50 Cent said about Prodigy. He said, I let him do that deal. Like, it's just terminology was crazy to me at the time. But then 50 Cent took it there. 50 Cent being a cancer, he took it there. He said Lloyd Banks has more money than 50 Cent, and that's where it escalated. Then Camron got heated, brought up Mobb Deep sales, which was a butt end of the joke. So Blood Money was considered a flop. So it escalated from there. Angie cut him off because he cussed on the phone. Advertisers ain't trying to have that. So they cut the conversation short. And 50 Cent a day later, or I think a couple days later, dropped funeral music on his YouTube channel. And it went back to his grimy roots. Now, what made 50 Cent so dangerous is that he literally broke Dipset up with this joint. Because we all was thinking everything was good with the Dipset. But it really wasn't. He put the bug in their ear. Claiming Jim was the boss. Cam was the soldier. He was the worker. And Juelz is the capo. He basically had intel there that there was friction. Nobody knew about it. I remember thinking, damn, maybe 50 is right. Because I remember, why aren't the Dipset riding for Cam like they did against Jay-Z and Nas? Them niggas didn't say nothing. Because the same thing they said about Mace. They were riding all over Mace. Everybody from Freaky Zeke to 40 Cal. All them niggas had diss records. Nobody said nothing about 50. I thought that was kind of like alarming in a way. So Camron drops Curtis. He did a whole video. He did a courtroom skit of 50 being a snitch. He talked about how he lived in Tyson's hand-me-down, how he can't dress, he got rabbit teeth. It's just the way Camron put a comedic edge to his rhymes is what make this shit so entertaining. And on top of that, I had Camron with the edge. I had Camron winning. But then that infamous appearance Jim Jones made on Rap City with 50 killed everything. Because what people don't know also, I could be wrong about this. If anybody know, let me know. 50 supposed to bought out Joel Santana's clothing store. I think it was called Santana's Town. Now I could be wrong. I think he bought it out. But this proved right here that Dipset hasn't fucked with one another in a long time, and 50 took advantage of that opening. Ironically enough, though, if you really look at it, G-Unit, they went through the same when Buck went out there dissing 50, I think, months later, and he left the group. But it's wild now how you see Cam and 50 now chummy. They doing podcasts together, they doing shows, and you don't see Jim, you don't see Joel's, none of these dudes around no more. Kind of crazy how things turn out, but let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Subscribe, hit the like button. Peace out, y'all.